The city of Erie is home to beautiful Presque Isle Bay, where you can see beachgoers and boaters alike enjoying its waters. These shores have a deep history, a history shaped by the War of 1812. During this time, the British Royal Navy controlled Erie. In spite of foreign occupation, the U.S. Navy built two ships on Presque Isle, the USS Lawrence and the USS Niagara. They would lead the U.S. Navy to victory over the British. Today, Erie is a destination for tourist and industry, shipbuilding and shipping, recreational boating and fishing. Presque Isle is a premier state park beckoning visitors from all over the Northeast. However, Erie is home to over 100,000 people year-round, and in the summer you will find many of them heading to the ballpark, where they can watch the city's top minor league baseball team, the Seawolves.
And second place, shortstop, number 7, Cale Orr. At third in right field, number 33, Ben Johnson. As fourth, the designated hitter.
For over a century, Erie has welcomed America's pastime, baseball. In 1890, the city's first team, the Pennant Chasers, were created. It became part of the New York-Pennsylvania League. That year, the Pennant Chasers finished second. Shortly after World War I, Erie built Athletic Field, now known as Ainsworth Field. The park hosted baseball's greatest player, Babe Ruth. Local myths claim that during an exhibition game, Ruth crushed a home run that cleared the stadium and a neighboring school in right field. It would take nearly 50 years and 2 world wars before baseball would fully flourish in Erie. From the end of World War II to the present, Erie would host baseball. In 1994, the city of Erie would say goodbye to its beloved Ainsworth Field. The stadium was deemed out of date. With Ainsworth out of the picture, Erie needed a new stadium. Local newspapers at the time reported a group called Team Erie gathered nearly $9 million for a new stadium. In the summer of 1994, the construction of Uht Park began. The following summer, the new park opened its gates, and fans found themselves in a state-of-the-art stadium. Erie's new team was a single-A affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. They became known as the Erie Seawolves. During the Seawolves' 4 years with the Pirates, the team played in the New York Penn League. The Wolves finished all 4 years with a 4th place or better finish. According to team history, the Pirates dropped the Wolves, and that's when the Los Angeles Angels swooped in and saved baseball in Erie. While under the Angels, the Wolves experienced multiple changes. First was the changing of the league to the Eastern League. Along with making the jump from a single-A organization to a double-A organization, Erie was introduced to longer baseball seasons. Erie's fortunes would stall once again as the Angels dropped the Wolves after 2 short years. Fortunately, the Detroit Tigers picked up the team. To this day, the Seawolves are part of the Tiger franchise and organization. Even though affiliations changed, one thing endured through the 90s. the team name.
Seawolf is basically was the version of the Pirates, because when the Seawolves first started in '95 here in Erie, they were a Pittsburgh Pirates affiliate. So a Seawolf was another word they referred to as a pirate.
Team name means pirate, but in Erie, it means baseball.
Get out! Get out!
Now, when the people think of baseball, they often think of big names. However, in the minor leagues, there are no big-time players or World Series stars. All there are players trying to make the show the big league. Yet there is one thing the minors hold over the majors. That is great, affordable, family fun. And the Seawolves are a part of this atmosphere.
It seems to be a family-oriented place to come. We bring our grandkids every time we come, and they just love it, and so do we.
Just like Bemis, thousands of fans enjoy a night at the ballpark. Some have been coming back season after season.
1995, I started to be a Seawolf fan. I've been a Seawolf ticket holder since 1995.
To make sure that fans like Cypress keep coming back year after year, the organization spends countless hours preparing each and every game. The hours of practice and preparation are put to use by a special group of people. They are known as the Wolf Pack.
The Wolf Pack is made up of about 12 people, and we have about 5 or 6 people every night working. And those people are responsible for finding contestants when they walk in, and then for the contestants for games that we have on the field between innings. The Seawolves are more focused on making sure everybody has a good time as opposed to making sure that we win the game. If everyone's here having a good time, they're going to come back regardless if we win or lose. And that's kind of what the Wolfpack is focused on. They're the front line, and they're the first people that fans see when they walk in. And they're responsible for running all the games, running all the promotions and contests, and just making sure that people in general have a good time.
Vaughn has a vital job with the Seawolves. He has to brand the team.
I'm the Director of Special Events and Client Services with the Seawolves. I also do a lot of our marketing and promotional efforts as well.
This means Vaughn is responsible for coordinating events that take place in the stadium, such as cancer benefits, like Light the Night. His most important job, at least to fans, is gathering prizes and promotions. It's the Wolfpack's job to award the prizes to the fans. So if you are ever at a Seawolves game and you see a group in orange, heads up, a team shirt could come your way. While Vaughn markets the team and gathers prizes, the Director of Entertainment, Chris Norris, is hard at work. Norris creates entertainment scripts for each game. However, before any skit is performed, hours of dedication and practice are put in. 2 months before the season starts, the Wolfpack is going through their own spring training. They continue their practice through mid-July. The hours of hard work pay off during the season when they perform each skit flawlessly. During the season, Norris prepares contests unique to each game. If it's Buck Night at the ballpark, All concessions ranging from beer to hot dogs are $1. On these nights, contests are adult-based.
We're going to play 3 television advertisements. I don't want to grow up. I'm a what?
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
All right, there we go. 3 for 3. Congratulations.
Norris has many contests for adults, one being ballet dance-off. Along with others such as beach ball trash can. However, many of Norris's contests are based towards families with children, especially when the park is host to Kids Camp Day.
Actually, we're doing one called Bouncy Ball Battle Junior. The kids all saddle up on a inflated ball. They hold onto the handle and they bounce down the first base line.
There is one contest where all children are winners. Kids stampede, and the kids run and run and run all over the outfield. However, not everyone is there for the family fun. Fans like Richard Laurie come for the pure love of the national pastime.
Oh, I just like baseball. I've followed baseball since I was about 5 years old. One of my favorite toys was my dad's glove. I've been to games in Cleveland with Mantle and Berra and those Yankees, and I've just grown up loving baseball.
Laurie says the family fun is great, but watching the sluggers of tomorrow is why he comes to the game.
I like it so much. It's not just the Seawolves players that you see coming along. You get to see all kinds of the players for all the other teams. Like last week I was watching a game with the Red Sox and Bill Hall. I remember him playing for, who's their team now? New Hampshire, I think it is. No, it's Portland. I saw him playing for Portland. And you remember these guys. And it's just fun to look back and see what they did when they played here.
Yet, no matter their reason for coming, when asked, all the fans agree that if the Seawolves ever jumped ship for another town, such a move would devastate the community.
Oh, that would be terrible. This is such great baseball and such a great deal. You know, I wish I could come to more games.
Oh, it would be terrible. It would be the worst thing that could happen to Erie. This is wonderful that Erie has something like this. It's a beautiful stadium and everything else.
Laurie says if the team were taken, he would be very depressed because he wouldn't have baseball games to go to. However, Norris says the Seawolves are in Erie to stay.
The Seawolves are Erie's favorite sports team. There's been a few polls done on the internet through through the Erie Times News, and Erie voted the Seawolves their favorite team here in Erie. So they obviously love the Seawolves. They love baseball around here.
So it is easy to see that baseball and Erie go hand in hand. From its rich, rich history to the shimmering shores of Presque Isle, Erie is truly one of Pennsylvania's premier cities, a city that has embraced minor league baseball and all it has to offer.